What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to be with you once again. Got me a cup of coffee here ready to go for this video. It's really not that good. Episode 4 of our new series of videos starting over in Hawaii, where we finally pulled it off. We moved from rainy Seattle here to Waikiki, and we could not be happier. We are loving life. Today's video, we are going to share with you a dozen great places to eat here in Waikiki, places that we thought the food was really good and the prices were really good. A couple of more must-see spots, and a couple of spots that you're going to want to stay away from. At the end of the video, we'll do a little update, and we're just going to let everybody know how things are unfolding for us now that we've been here for 2 months. Are there any unexpected surprises, any regrets, and just how things are going? But first, the fun part, the food. Let's go. Alright guys, here we go. We are kicking things off with the Waikiki Brewery. Before we start, please take 1 second, subscribe, turn on that bell so you don't miss the future videos. Would be much appreciated. Alright, let's go. So, we love this spot. Our favorite thing about this spot has got to be the poke nachos. The first time we came here, we got the poke nachos, and they were so good. On a scale of 1 to 10, we gave them a 10. And it's a brewery, so if you want to try a new beer that you've never had before, here you go. We did once make the mistake of ordering the fried rice with shrimp, which is kind of an Asian dish, and it was not good, to be honest with you. So, if you go here, I would say stick with the food that sports bars are known for. Pizzas, burgers, nachos. But a great spot to come with a couple of friends, have a beer or two, and play some cornhole. A really fun spot. All right, food trucks. There is no shortage of food trucks in Waikiki. These are going to be towards the west end of the Waikiki Strip. This lot here has about 20 food trucks. If you go another block, there's about 10 more. All right guys, this truck right here doesn't have a name, but it's got the American flag and the Japanese flag in front of it. I got the cheeseburger with the grilled onions and fries from that truck. It was so good. Definitely recommend it. All right, this truck here is called Frieza Loca, and it was a disappointment. They had an exciting dessert menu. We really wanted to get this ice cream sundae where you get 3 scoops of ice cream and 3 toppings for $9, but when we went to order, they were out of pretty much everything, and it was pretty silly. So we ordered what they had, and when it came out, it looked nothing like the picture. It was much smaller, and the ice cream was freezer burned. So don't go here. So this is Amy's Shrimp and Poke Shack, and we did order the rice salad and shrimp skewers from this spot, and everything was so good. It tasted fresh, and we were definitely impressed. So on the corner of Ulunio and Kuhio Street, you will find Maguro's Spot Hawaiian-style poke bowls. This spot is very popular. One of the most popular spots in all of Waikiki for sure. There is a line down the street. They make your own poke bowls just the way you like it, or you can order one off the menu, which also look pretty amazing. Haagen-Dazs. All right, you'd think there'd be an ice cream shop on every corner in Waikiki, but there's really not. But these Haagen-Dazs ice cream shops have a couple of locations. We went here, it was really good. They have these ice cream cups, kind of like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. They were really good, just as good, if not better than Dairy Queen. $12 a piece, super good. I mean, it's Haagen-Dazs, right? What's not to love about it? All right, Luigi's Pizza. This spot is right on the strip. And if you don't want to go into a restaurant and sit down and wait for your food, you can go here. You walk right up to the window, you order your food, you sit down for 10 minutes and it's there. The pizza was good. One good pizza that will feed one person was about $19. Okay, Muragame Udon. This is the most popular spot in all of Waikiki. There is a line all the way down the street. There's always a line down the street for this place. We went up to see why is this place so popular. Well, they make everything from scratch. They even make their own noodles right in front of you. When you go inside, you can watch the cooks make the food in front of you with fresh ingredients, and everyone just loves it. For those of you on a budget like myself, the island country markets have a deli with really good prices. You got a breakfast here, $12. Burger and fries, $15. And you know, it's kind of a convenience store, so it's not like the best food in town, but it's not the worst. It's average and it's affordable. However, you should know that everything else in this store is quite expensive. I mean, it's a convenience store in Waikiki, but the deli food is normal price. You got a breakfast burrito here, good size. I've got these a few times. They were great. These salads right here, about $13, but they're really big, and the dressing that they come with is really good. And when it gets late in the day, they usually mark them down 20% off. They got these flatbread pizzas. These are great, big enough to feed one person for sure. $8.99, pepperoni, $10.99, Canadian bacon and pineapple. They got meat lovers. They got a kind of like a chicken. They got this one right here, the margarita. This was the best one of them all. I mean, I'm a guy and I like a little meat on the pizza, but there's something about those margarita pizzas, man. Those are so good. And again, the Kayak Cafe, for those of us on a budget, again, breakfast, $10.99. All right, let's check out a couple of must-see spots. This is the Alawai Canal. This spot is beautiful, one of the gems of Waikiki. If you're at the beach or close to the beach of Waikiki, this is going to be about a 15-minute walk. I'm pretty excited that I can say I live only 1 block away from this thing. I have lived my entire life in rainy Seattle, and now that we have been finally able to move here and I actually live here now, it's just amazing. I could not be more excited. The Alawai Canal is lined with perfect palm trees and a perfect sidewalk that goes for a couple miles, and it's not crowded here. So if you want to get away from the crowd of Waikiki, this is a great spot. Go for a walk, take the dog for a walk, go for a bike ride, whatever you want. As you walk along the Alawai Canal, you'll see Hawaiian-style canoes going up and down the canal almost every day. You'll see different types of little fish swimming around right close to the shore, including barracudas. And they still have a few of these really old homes that look like they've been there since the 40s and 50s. Love that. I love how it keeps a little bit of the history alive in Waikiki. Okay, the Hilton Hawaiian Village. There is so much to see here. This is not just a place for people who are staying at the Hilton. This is a place for everyone. And of course, the Waikiki Beach, the reason everyone wants to come to Waikiki, and it is an amazing beach. The thing that makes the Waikiki Beach so impressive is that it's so huge. It just goes forever. If I was to walk the full length of the Waikiki beach, it would take me almost an hour. Alright guys, so the beach in front of the Hilton has its own saltwater pool in the middle of the beach. It's saltwater, same as the ocean, but it's just a giant pool in the middle of the beach. So no waves at all, and it's open to the public. This hotel right here is called the Moana Surf Rider, and we think it's the most impressive hotel in all of Waikiki. It looks like something straight out of Rome. It is a work of art. It's amazing. Every time we walk by, we stop and just look at it for a minute. Okay, Lures Street. Remember this name, Lure Street. You're gonna wanna go for a walk down this street. You can't miss it. Tiffany's and the Dior store is right on the corner, which works out great for me because I love to buy tons of shit from Tiffany's and the Dior store. Anyway, walk down this street. It's gonna be lined with perfect palm trees, tiki torches everywhere, and nice little restaurants with outdoor seating, a lot to see, a picture-perfect street, which is what you wanna see when you go to Waikiki. And if you see a little Asian man playing the drums, give him $1, give him a quarter, give him something. If we all give him a little something, it will add up, it will help him out a lot. And here is one of the future entertainers of Waikiki. There was no one to watch, unfortunately. It was 4th of July and the fireworks were happening at this very moment. Waikiki on 4th of July is a madhouse. Everyone who lives there and everyone on vacation wants to come to the waterfront, watch the fireworks, and when it's over, it's like a rock concert. It's crazy. And for you herb-friendly individuals, don't worry, you're gonna be just fine in Hawaii. Okay, spots to avoid. All right, guys, if you've ever been to Hawaii before, you've seen these ABC stores, but check it out. $17.99 for a small bag of chocolates, $37 for 2 small bags of coffee. Those are 7-ounce bags of coffee. Those are pretty small. A king-size candy bar, $6. A regular candy bar, $4. Okay, Island Country Market, okay, same exact store as the ABC store, only they have a deli at the Island Country Market, so at least you can get some affordable food from the deli, but everything else in the store is pretty ridiculous. I mean, guys, they have a Target, okay? Here's Hawaiian Casuals. This store, again, is identical to the ABC stores. It's just a different name, that's all it is. Everything is kind of crazy expensive. Really, all those convenience stores, they're great for the cheap t-shirts, but that's about it. Here's the Target, guys. It's right in the middle of Waikiki. So also they have a Costco. You can get a nice snorkel set for $29, $30. Okay, you might want to do that. If you know you're going to use it again in the future, you might as well. It's just way better than dealing with having to rent. Okay, full face snorkel masks. Those are supposed to be the good ones. Same price, $30. All right, guys, let's talk about what's going on here in Hawaii now that we've been here for 2 months. After all, this video, the whole point of this series of videos is to share our story with you about how we started a new life here in Hawaii. We left everything behind. We sold almost everything we had. We went for it. We were aggressive. We got here. We're here, starting a new life, starting from the beginning again. But we're making it work, and things are good, and we're loving life. But now that we've been here for 2 months, Do we have any regrets or any unexpected surprises? How are things going? Okay. Now, first of all, when we got here, the first thing you got to do is take your vehicle in and get the safety inspection for your vehicle so that you can get it registered and get your new plates and your new tabs. And that was kind of stressing me out a little bit, because I get here and we had a rock chip on the windshield, and I knew I had to get that fixed. That wasn't going to pass. So first thing I had to do was get that fixed. And I'm calling around. I'm finding some places that do windshield repairs, and I just drive straight out because I want to get it done quick. So I drive to one place that I found. I get there, it's just an old abandoned building. There's nothing there. So, there may have been, a shop there at one time, but there was nothing there now. They were shut down. So I went to a second place, same thing again. I pull up and there's just a door there in an empty building and nothing. So again, maybe they were in business there at some point, but they were not there now. So I said, you know what? Let's go straight to Safelite. Safelite is an established company that fixes windshield and replaces windshields. Let's go straight there. And I drove straight out to Safelite, and the customer service was freaking terrible. I get there, the parking lot was absolutely packed, and there was cars lined down the street. So I knew it was just, they were busy and they were backed up. But that's fine if they can schedule me and to get in and fix it when they say they're going to fix it. I mean, it's okay. But I go in, and the girl at the desk was pretty short with me, and she just said, have a seat, I'll have a technician come out and take a quick look at your windshield here. So I sit down, and I'm sitting there for like 45 minutes, and I see, the windshield repair guys coming in and out of the office, going back to the shop, like half a dozen of them. She made no effort to have any of them go take a quick look at my windshield and let me know what they could do for me. Just nothing, just left me sitting there. And I sat there for like 45 minutes, and I could see that I was gonna be there forever. That she was making no effort to help me. And I was just kind of surprised, and I was like, I'm not gonna sit here all day long, So I got up and I walked out, but before I walked out, I was talking to another lady that was sitting there, and she was waiting there for over 3.5 hours. It was almost 2 o'clock, and she had been there since 10 o'clock waiting. And finally, after all that time, only then did one of the technicians come out and talk to her, and they said, sorry, we're just really backed up. It's probably gonna be about another 45 minutes. And she was not happy. And I don't blame her, man. Ridiculous to leave a person sitting there for over 4 hours, I mean, terrible. And I don't know if this is one of those companies where, I've heard some stories from a few different people where the Hawaiian people don't like white people, or don't like people who have moved over from the mainland. And, she was a white lady, I'm a white guy. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Kind of felt like it did. When I was there, a Hawaiian guy came in, and he talked to the girl at the front desk, and he was all like, hey man, if you could just tell the guys in the back that their Hawaiian brother is here to pick up his car, and if they could get that done as soon as possible, because I got to go pick up my kids, that would be much appreciated. Mahalos. And he was just really laying it on thick, about how their Hawaiian brother was here to pick up his car, and if they could get that out as soon as possible, because he's got to go pick up his kids, blah, blah, blah. And he really kind of used that to his advantage, and he was out of there in like 10 minutes. They came out and shook hands, and they were buddies, and his car was ready, and he was out of there. And I was just like, wow. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Maybe it was already scheduled, and maybe it was already done, and he was there to pick it up. I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but all I know is that, they just blatantly left me there and made no effort to help me. And after 45 minutes, I could see I was just going to sit there all day, so I left. And then we figured, okay, Safelite is kind of designed for their trucks to come to you and fix your windshield wherever you are. They come to you in their truck. And so, okay, well, let's do that. That's what they're designed to do. That's kind of what they do. So we'll go that route. So a couple of days later, we scheduled for them to come out, and they said they were going to be there sometime between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So it was like a 4-hour window, and they just never showed up. They stood us up. And then, so we waited, and then we got a text late that night that said, oh, sorry, we're backed up. We had to reschedule your appointment. We'll come and see you Monday. We'll be there between 9 to 5. So they gave us like an 8-hour window. So we're supposed to just like sit there for 8 hours and have no idea when they're gonna show up or if they're gonna show up at all. Are they gonna stand us up again? So we just canceled. And I went to the nearest auto parts store. I spent $15. I got the little kit where you can repair a rock chip on your windshield yourself. And it doesn't do a great job, but I got it good enough to where that hole was filled with epoxy. And I took it in to have an inspection. And I showed the guy, I said, I fixed this myself. It's not perfect, but will this pass? And I didn't think it was gonna pass, but he said, it's not looking so good, but I can see that the hole is filled with an epoxy, so I'll go ahead and pass it for you. So they passed it. So that saved me like $245. I spent $15 on that kit and I fixed it myself. So that was nice. That was kind of a weight off of my shoulders. That was stressing me out for like 2 weeks. Anyway, so the vehicle, it passed the inspection. There was no other problems. The only other problem was the little lights for the license plate were burnt out, and he replaced those for $15 a piece. So that cost me $30. The inspection cost me $25, so $55, and I was good to go. So then I go in to the licensing place with my paperwork, got my new plates and my new tabs, and I was good to go. So that was like a big weight off my shoulders, because I didn't know when I get the inspection, are they gonna have a list of stuff that I have to fix that's gonna cost me a lot of money? That's kind of stressing me out, but I'm really glad that I can say that $55, done, got my new license plates, my new tabs, I'm good to go. Love that. It's a weight off my shoulders. I feel like we can forget about that now and move forward and just kind of enjoy life. So we are feeling good. Found a place to live. In a previous episode, we were searching for apartments. We showed you, the prices on every apartment that we looked at, so you can kind of see what you can get for your money here in the Waikiki area, for those of you who are interested in possibly moving here someday soon. But we found a home, vehicle arrived, got it registered, it's good to go, and we feel like we are here now and we can kind of just start living our life now. So we're feeling pretty good. Also, the other thing that I'm still working on that was, kind of, I don't want to say we were totally stressing out, but we were, I'm stressing a little bit, was getting the ball rolling. I work for myself as a contractor. I was in the union back in the day. I became a journeyman drywall finisher, and then I moved into doing full remodels, and been doing it all for 30 years. And now that I'm here, I'm starting my business all over again, and it takes time to get the ball rolling, and it was really slow. But in the past 2 weeks, I've made 3 contacts with people, and 2 of them are giving me repeat business. So 1 job for the first guy, he's got another one for me tomorrow, 2 jobs for this other guy, and he's got a lot more work. He's very happy with the work that I did. He told me what everyone tells me, which is anytime anyone out here needs a decent contractor who really knows what they're doing and shows up and does it, that's really hard to find out here. So if you know what you're doing and you do a decent job, you'll get a lot of work out here and you'll be successful. And that is actually starting to happen. These last 2 weeks, we've been here for 2 months, but the last 2 weeks, things are really starting to come together. I got jobs lined up. Nothing huge, couple small ones, but the ball is rolling, and I can really see now how, these couple of guys that I've hooked up with appreciate what I'm doing and want to give me more work. So that's great. And I think we're going to be just fine. I think I'm going to get busier and busier over these next few weeks and be making some good money. So love that. I'm feeling good about that. Also, real quick, I got to talk about taxes. I know it's not exciting and it's not sexy. I'll make it super fast. You got to pay state taxes when you live here. When we lived in Washington, my wife did not have state taxes taken out of her paycheck, but now that we're here in Hawaii, we have to pay state taxes. So it's costing her like $380 a month that they're taking out of her check here every month for those state taxes. So that's a bummer. That sucks. So something you might want to look into, something you might want to think about for those of you who are thinking about moving to Hawaii at some point. okay? It's not a deal breaker. We're not going to move back. You know, we'll be okay. But just kind of a bummer. Also, another thing I noticed since we've been here is that I feel like tired more than I ever have before. And I don't get it. It's like, why? What is it about Hawaii that makes me feel like I'm tired, you know? I mean, I'm not tired like 24 hours a day, but at some point in the day, I'm feeling pretty tired and I want to lay down for a little bit. And I just noticed that ever since I got here, I feel tired quite a bit more than I ever did when I was living in Seattle. And I don't know if it has something to do with that we're running the air conditioner all day, and that air from the air conditioner, there's something about it. You're not breathing pure air. There's something about the air from the air conditioner that maybe makes you a little bit tired. But I think mostly what it really is just the heat and the humidity here. We got, I mean, it's like 82 to 85 degrees every single day with a decent amount of humidity. And you don't realize it, but that's taking the moisture out of your body. I mean, even if you're not dripping with sweat, you are still losing moisture out of your body. You are still getting dehydrated because it's just that little bit of heat and that humidity all day long. Slowly but surely, you're getting dehydrated and you don't realize it, but you are. And so you really need to drink a lot more water here. And the more water I drink, the better I feel. And so yeah, when you live in Hawaii, you got to make sure to drink water every day, which is fine. All right, the people here, how are the people here? Are the people here nice? Are they polite? Are they rude? Okay, here's the thing. We've talked to quite a few people over the past couple of years that used to live here and they ended up moving back, and they had their complaints about some of the things that they didn't like about Hawaii. And one of the things that I heard quite a bit was that people say that the Hawaiian people here, the native Hawaiian people here, don't want you here. If you moved here from the mainland, they don't want you here. If you're a white person, they don't like you. They don't want you here. They want you to go back. They might be blatantly rude to you, insulting to you. And that's just what I've heard from a few people. And I'm like, I'm not too sure about that because I've been to Hawaii 3 times. Long time ago, but I've been to Maui twice and I've been here to Oahu once. And yeah, I got a little bit of rudeness maybe once a week, but nothing that's gonna make me, you know, cancel my vacation or make me decide I don't wanna come back here ever again. Nothing that's gonna make me wanna move back home and not live here. I mean, nothing. It's not that bad. Maybe a slightly rude person once a week, if that. But now that I've been here for 2 months, what is our experience with the people here? Really, it's not, I can't really tell any difference between Waikiki and all of Oahu than Seattle. I mean, it's a huge mix of people. It's not like 50% of the people here are native Hawaiians and there's some kind of, you know, social war or some kind of hatred going on. You know, it's not like we're divided. There are people here from all over the place, all over the world. There's a ton of Asian people. There's a ton of people from Japan. There's people from all over the world, people from America, Philippines. I mean, there's people from everywhere. It is a huge mix of people. And, you know, I'm not getting anything that's, I can really say that I'm getting treated bad or treated with any majorly rude attitude from any Hawaiian people. I can't really tell the difference between Seattle and here at Waikiki. I can't. It's fine. Everything's fine. I would say in the 2 months that I've been here, I can remember 3 times that people were rude to us. I'll give you a couple of examples and let you decide. We were at Costco. We were waiting in line. The guy that was ringing up our groceries, and he was not putting anything in any boxes or anything. He was ringing up every individual little item and just putting it back in our cart. And my wife says, "Hey, can we get a box to put our smaller items in?" Because every time we've ever been to Costco, they grab a box and they put all your smaller stuff in the box, put it in your cart. The large items don't need to go in a box, they can just go in the cart, and that's fine. But this guy made no effort to get a box. He was just ringing up everything and throwing it back in the cart. So we were gonna have to make tons of trips back and forth to our apartment when we got home. We thought that was kind of weird. We thought that was kind of rude. She asked him for a box. He ignored her. He didn't even answer her. She had to ask him a second time. He says, "I'm sorry, we're all out of boxes." and just kept working. He's very short. So we waited a minute, and I said, don't you guys normally put stuff in a box here at Costco? All the smaller items? And he just says, I'm working by myself today. And I said, but don't you normally do that? I mean, every time we've ever been to Costco, they put the smaller items in a box to put in the cart. You guys don't do that here? And he's like, you can go find a box if you want, and then when you get to your car, you can put your stuff in a box. And I just thought the guy was just totally rude. So, is that because he could see that we're white people and he's rude to us, or is that just the way the guy is, or is that just the way Costco is here? Anyway, it's not something that I'm going to hang on to. It's not something that I'm, you know, when something like that happens, when someone's rude, you just got to blow it off and let it go. Don't let it ruin your day. I mean, when you live in a major city and you're out in public every day, you're going to get a rude person once a week. I mean, that's life, you know. Anyway, there was that. And then another time, we went out to get a bite to eat. It was happy hour. We went to the Monkey Pod, popular place here in Waikiki. Supposed to have really good food and great happy hour food. We went there and we go sit down at the bar because that way we could just seat ourselves and get seated right away and order right away. We don't have to wait, you know, to get a table. We sit at the bar, and the guy that was working that section of the bar was right in front of me. And I asked him, can we get a happy hour menu? And he just ignored me. He was standing right in front of me. I know he heard me. And he just turned and showed me the side of the head and didn't even answer me. And was just ignored me and started talking to some other guy. And right away, I was like, wow, that's pretty rude. So I asked him the second time, hey, can we get a happy hour menu, please? And he's like, yeah, man. And then the second time, he got us a menu. And then, so we just sat there, we ordered our food, we were eating, and I guess it was about maybe 15 minutes later, he was standing in front of me again, and I made a friendly, casual comment to him, because we're just all sitting there hanging out. It's pretty quiet. I made a casual comment, and he just basically ignored me again, turned away from me, refused to answer me, just kind of showed me the back of his head and kept on working. And I thought, wow, you know. And so I asked him again a second time, and the second time I asked him, then he responded. But the first time just blatantly ignored us and turned his back, and just, I was like, wow. I mean, where I come from, that is insulting and really rude. You know, I never would do that to people, you know. When someone obviously is talking directly to you, they ask you a question, they're standing right in front of you, you heard them, you don't just ignore them and turn and show them the back of your head and go do something. That is so rude. I do not do that to people. So, anyway, a couple times, you know, and then there was the safe light thing we talked about. So, but as far as I'm concerned, when you're out in public every day like we are now, because when you're in Hawaii, the weather's great, you're out every day, you're out doing things, you're not just staying inside the house watching TV all the time. There's a lot of people everywhere here, different personality types, you know. So, I don't care where I live, in Seattle, LA, New York, Chicago, Hawaii. If you live in a highly populated area and you're out in public all the time, you're gonna get a rude guy once in a while, you know. So I don't think that Hawaii is really any different than anywhere else. I'm certainly not saying, hey, now that we've got here, the Hawaiian people are treating us like they don't want me here, they're being rude, they're being insulting, they're telling me to get out, nothing like that. I mean, it's fine, it's totally fine. So, yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not worried about it. I am not leaving, I am not moving back, I'm fine. I think everything is fine. Okay, also the cost of living, something that everybody talks about, everybody is concerned about. One of the reasons why people hesitate to move here is because you think that the cost of living is so high here. And you hear stories about, oh my God, a gallon of milk is like 10 bucks and this is that. And it's like, it's not that bad, you guys. It's not as bad as the stories you hear. When I first got here, I saw that gasoline was actually a tiny bit cheaper than what it is in Seattle. And I was surprised by that. I mean, I thought gasoline here might be like 10 bucks a gallon or something, but it's actually a smidge cheaper than Seattle. So there's that. I mean, gas is expensive everywhere in the country right now. Hawaii's no different. It's the same here, okay? And the other two things, okay, three things I think that is really all you need to worry about as far as the cost of living is your gas, your groceries, and your rent. That's pretty much it. That's all you really need to worry about, okay? So That's gas. As far as rent goes, we have a studio apartment, 460 square feet, and we're paying $2,500 a month. But before you freak out and say, no way, $2,500 a month for a studio, that's crazy, no way. Listen, for our 25, look at what you see behind me here. Resort style of living here. This is amazing, okay? Beautiful tropical plants are surrounding me everywhere. Nice outdoor seating everywhere. Really nice stainless steel barbecue grills all over. A nice station over here with an outdoor kitchen area for everyone to use. This place is beautiful. This is like resort style living. There's no one here. I have it all to myself right now. Right behind me, a really nice swimming pool. On the other side of that, a nice hot tub. Nice secure parking garage. You can't get into the lobby here without your security key. You can't get into the parking garage without your security key. Totally secure building here. Everything is included in the rent, even the electric bill. So everything, our cable, our internet, our electric bill, all utilities, everything, 100% included in that $2,500. And we are in the heart of Waikiki. So it's the lifestyle that we get also. We walk down from our condo. We live on Kuhio Street. Kuhio Street is the main strip that goes parallel along with Waikiki Beach. Okay, you have the main Waikiki Beach over here, and right along the beach you have the main Waikiki Strip, and then you come over a couple blocks and you have the second main strip, which is Kuhio Street. So when you want to go for a walk, check out the shopping, check out the restaurants, coffee shops, ice cream shops, just everything, go out onto the town. There's two main streets here, the one that goes right along the water, and then you come over a couple blocks and you have Kuhio Street, which is a great place. You go out at night, it's a beautiful street, palm trees, tiki torches, lots of restaurants to choose from, a lot going on. The nightlife here is great. We live on this street, and this is amazing. The fact that we can walk down from our apartment and we live on this street. There's a convenience store across the street. So if we don't have time to run through the grocery store and go grocery shopping, and with something we really need, like a little bit of sugar, you know, a half gallon of milk, something like that, walk across the street and grab it. That's awesome. We love that. One of the nicest beaches in the world, Waikiki Beach, is less than a 15-minute walk, okay? Everything is right around us. So many different restaurants, everything. There's a Target, 10-minute walk that way. So, we're loving it. We're loving it. Definitely we'll upgrade when we can to a one-bedroom, but we feel like, we looked at a lot of apartments and we're very happy with what we got for the price. If we don't have kids, but if we had a child or two, this wouldn't work. But for two people, this studio, 455 square feet, that's a pretty good sized studio. If you organize everything, that's a comfortable space for two people. You got room for a decent sized bed for two people, a couple little dressers, closet, little couch for two people, coffee table, nice room for a nice desk. So if you work from home, there is room for a decent sized desk, TV, little kitchen, nice bathroom, everything. If you organize your stuff, this studio definitely works just fine for two people. If it was any smaller, it would be too small. But 450 square feet or bigger works, okay? So we're good. I'll give you one other example. There's about a 40-minute walk, okay, away from this Waikiki area. So across town, it's about a 40-minute walk. We found a really nice 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, nice sized kitchen, all brand new, beautiful unit, washer dryer in the unit, for $2,700 a month. And at the time I was like, wow, this is by far, you know, we're getting the most for our money with that unit. This is the nicest one we've seen for this price range by far. And we were really loving it. But like I said, you're a 40-minute walk to the Waikiki Beach, at least 40 minutes. And so that's the trade-off. And also, when we went for a walk around the neighborhood, we walked 2 blocks down the street. There was a couple of homeless people sleeping in the grass. We walked about 2 blocks more down the street. That's where the freeway was. There was about a half dozen more homeless people hanging out by the freeway. And so once we saw that, you know, we were not jazzed. We didn't like the neighborhood. My wife did not feel safe in that neighborhood. She would never go walk anywhere by herself in that neighborhood. So we passed on that. But you know what? There's homeless people everywhere in Hawaii. And so for me, like say if I was living by myself, looking for a place for myself, and I got a lot of apartment for my money, such a nice unit with the money like that, I might go for it, and I wouldn't really be too worried about that I see a homeless people or a couple of homeless people when I leave, because I'm not too worried about that. But you know, you make your own choice on that. But anyway, that just gives you an idea of the cost of living here, what you get for your money. If you want to live closer, like say something that's a 20-minute walk, 25-minute walk to the beach, you could get a 1-bedroom for around that same price. We're right in the heart of Waikiki, so we got a studio, like I said, like we already talked about. So that kind of gives you an idea of your cost of living for an apartment out here. Okay, for groceries, okay, look, Waikiki, they have like these mini grocery stores around and these little convenience stores around, and the prices are ridiculous. Guys, there's a Target, like I said, 10-minute down the road. You want to get munchies for your hotel room, basic stuff for the beach. I mean, all kinds of stuff. You know, there's a Target. You're good. There's a Costco, about maybe an 18-minute drive. There's Costco, Walmart. I mean, you know, all of the affordable box stores, they're here. They're here, you know, so if you're on a budget, you have the options, okay? So we found that you may find a smaller size grocery store. Those are expensive. They're really expensive. They're kind of ridiculous. We went to Whole Foods. Whole Foods is already ridiculous expensive, in my opinion. I hate Whole Foods. I never go to Whole Foods. My wife likes it because she does the research, and there are a handful of items from Whole Foods that's good quality stuff. It's not too expensive. That's comparable to other grocery stores. So she'll go there and she'll get like half of our groceries there. And it's really good food, good quality organic stuff, so that's great. And then we'll go to like another grocery store or Costco and get the other half of our groceries. So it's kind of a 50-50 kind of a thing, and it works out. But yeah, Whole Foods here is expensive, and it is more expensive than Whole Foods on the mainland. We were looking at some of the stuff, and it was quite a bit more. But Costco is great. It's basically the same. Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, they got all that here, and the prices at those stores are basically the same as the mainland, so you're fine. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm done for the day. Let's call it done. Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. I hope you got something out of the video. Hope this put things into perspective for you a little bit. I hope you feel like you kind of know what to expect now for those of you who want to come here on vacation, or for those of you who want to move here. And I look forward to episode 5. I can't wait to get out and find some of the fishing spots, fill my freezer with seafood, more adventures coming. Please subscribe, help us grow this channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for following our story. See you on the next one.